Hey guys, Jim the Viking here, and welcome back to my man cave. I was just gonna give you a little bit of quick update because there isn't really much that's been going on. I've set up the screens as you can see in my background here. I have my little corner sorted, and it isn't taking up too much space. I was a little bit worried about space being my big concern. As you can see, the desk I have behind me is fairly decent. It's definitely an arm length my desk, and still I have to put the screens on the outside of it. So I've done a little bit of MacGyvering. I've been putting it in a sort of decent level there. And I'm gonna try and sort some camera stuff out as well. I can't be continuing doing this on an iPhone, even though the iPhone is doing its job and seems to be quite easy to handle. So it'll do for now, but I promise I will upgrade it soon enough. Now, I've tested a few games on this machine in the background, and running it on the 5760 times 1080p on the graphics card it's handling really well. I would say it comes down to the games themselves, the optimization level they have, because there's only two games that I've really noticed that I've gone below 40 frames per second. I was really thinking it was going to be a lot more games having trouble hitting that kind of level. And I'm running this off my GTX, so you can see here the palette GTX 970 GeForce, and seeing as I'm doing this on a selfie camera, you probably get it mirrored around, but it's the GTX 970, it's the 4GB RAM. I think that's the only one they have. The palette model, however, is your reference card, so it's the card they use to test everything against, and well, it's the base standard for what the GTX should be able to handle. Now, when it comes to the machine I'm running in the background, I'm running it on an octa-core. It's the FX 8350, it's the AMD, so don't judge me. I've always had more luck with the AMD CPUs than I've had with the Intel ones, so it's just my preference. It's 32 gigs of RAM as well, so the juice in the machine is really palpable. As you can see, if you recognize the application in the background, I use both After Effects and Cinema 4D for my sort of creative outlet when I do have time to do something. Other than that, the thing that really uses up a lot of energy from my machine is obviously all the games I'm playing. And I have a fairly decent library on my Steam account, and I do have some of the games that isn't Steam bound yet. But PC Master Race will walk on, well, will march on, and soon everything will be Steam or PlayStation or Xbox One. I have no issues with either because I actually really like consoles as well. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on the Steam controller as well, so you can play a little bit on the controllers. And in a widescreen setting like this, so far my impression is, if you really want to have a setup like this, then I would say just go for it. Just go absolutely mad. And, well, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I'm just shy of 6 foot. And my arm length, so from my shoulder, from my left shoulder to the fingertips of my right hand, that's about the size it takes up. I'm not sure if you can see if I'm taking out there. It doesn't really take up more space than that. But if you're like me, you're living in London, then probably living space is a little bit of a premium. Not only is rent and mortgages sky high, but finding a room where you can hide away something like this is probably going to be tricky. Now, I have a little bit of space to spare, so therefore I can flatten it out. But if not, I would say if you have a corner of a room, then just make it bend to that corner and hide your computer inside. Lift it up, rig it up in the ceiling if you can. Come up with a clever solution, so it's up to you. Later on today, I just stepped off a 10-hour night shift, and I got another night shift coming up tonight, so I'm quite tired at the moment. But later on today, I'll be ordering the Logitech G29 steering wheel with the brake, clutch, and gas pedals, the shifter, and I'll be trying, if I can, maybe later on this weekend, sign up for iRacing. It's something I saw on this guy Barnacles' Nerdgasm's channel, and it looked really nice, and it flows quite smoothly on his computer. I'm pretty certain he has a computer is well beyond the power mine can deliver, but then again, he was running his off 46-inch screens, and I'm only sticking to 27-inch screens. It could be that it's... Well, in theory, it's the same, because he was running 1080p on his 47-inch, 46-inch screens, wherever they were. I've also heard that there was a live stream with him during the night that I was listening into at work, and he said he'd been upgrading to 55-inch screens, so with some luck I might actually have my man cave sorted before his man cave is back in order again, because there was some mix-up and whatnot. Anyway, he's been a good inspiration for why I'm getting my stuff like this alone. And if you're based in UK, I'd really like to hear from you. Tips, ideas, suggestions. This is going to be my complete, flight sim, driving sim, gaming console, comfy man cave area with lights, LED strips, all the all the stops and whistle, whatever the expression is. This is the rig I'm gonna set up, and it's not even in its final form yet. I know I'm babbling on here, but all these 3 screens in the background will be replaced for monitors with a really thin bezel, or bezel. Correct me in the comment box below. Also remember to like, subscribe, and give me feedback. And especially if you have ideas, I'm really keen on hearing them. Especially if you live in the UK, but anywhere else, if you have your own man cave, rigs like this, you play games, I'd like to hear from you. Alright guys, this is Jim the Viking. I'll see you on the battlefields, my friends.